It's taken in China, and as you can see, it's depicting this massive white dragon.
This is probably the scariest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know if you've seen the recent news, but the city of San Francisco has recently allegedly released over 300 roaming robots.
CGI Demogorgon come out of the sky. Apparently this was to promote Stranger Things, the new season that came out.
Tell me you guys are coming across these videos where people are finding body parts, primarily teeth, in their fast food meals as of late, y'all.
He had me by the jaw, and he picked me up by my jaw off the ground. And then at that point, the bear bit down, and I could just hear and feel it breaking my jawbone.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. If you're watching any TV, whatever the case is, I wish you a smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I did have to go ahead and give a shout out to Ben M716 New York and only one T Real. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to JJ Brown Jr. as well. I got more shout outs coming. I also wanted to say, if I ever offended anybody, if we ever had words in the comments, if we ever not seen eye to eye, whatever the case is, I apologize. I wish you none but well. I wish peace to everybody. I don't want to be at odds with nobody. I don't want no enemies. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Okay, no joke. I'm loading up wood, and I look up, and this is what I see. Wait for it. Why does it look like a goddamn Yeti? Anybody? Because it's real tall. I'm not down with it. Alright. I think it's time to go back inside now.
I don't know, man. I think that shit look kind of real to me. What y'all think?
This guy claims he's stuck in France in the year 2055 and can't find a way back. And everything he shows in his videos looks disturbingly unreal. For several years now, he's been posting clips that depict a future completely devoid of people. The footage shows empty streets and total silence. The roads are deserted, yet vending machines and terminals are still working, as if the country itself still exists, but its population has completely vanished. In some videos, he walks into stores and shows shelves full of video games made for the PlayStation 7. Even more unsettling, every single game on display is designed for that console, a system that doesn't even exist in our time. One detail in particular really alarmed viewers. A nearly empty vending machine with just one bottle left inside. The date on it is clearly visible, April 2055. According to him, it's a drink that hasn't even been released yet in our present day. Even more disturbing is the moment when he enters the Louvre and films the Mona Lisa from up close. The room is completely empty. No guards, no tourists, as if time itself has frozen. He does the same with the Eiffel Tower, showing it surrounded by absolute silence and emptiness. What makes the story even more unsettling is the fact that he started posting these videos long before the explosion of AI and modern visual tools.
That said PS7, bro. That was a PS6. What y'all thought? Wasn't that in Turkey?
Y'all, tell me you guys are coming across these videos where people are finding body parts, primarily teeth, in their fast food meals as of late, y'all. What haven't we been telling y'all? And it's not fast food places either. It's not just them. It's a whole bunch of these places. We've been trying to tell y'all. And the fact that there's no new cemeteries being built either, y'all don't find that suspicious?
Yeah, McDonald's, count your days. My baby was just eating this chicken nugget, and she chewing on something hard. She thought it was a teeth. She spit it out. What is this? Why does this look like the temporary material that we use to make temporary crowns and stuff? What is this in y'all chicken nuggets, McDonald's?
Oh
I'm fucking eating Roseville from Hanover Park on Country Farm. And there's a fucking tooth in my pasta. And I'm not missing any fucking teeth. Bro, what?
Teeth in my shit.
Oh my gosh, let's take a look. Oh my gosh, those are like legit teeth. Like I see molars and premolars. Now, what is this from?
My Dairy Queen chicken fingers. And I found this, which looks like a tooth stuck on the top part of my chicken finger from Dairy Queen. It was stuck to this part right here. And I had to pull it off, and when I got to looking at it, I thought it was a piece of hard corn or something, but this has grooves on it like a tooth.
I don't know if you've seen the recent news, but the city of San Francisco has recently allegedly released over 300 roaming robots, and this is just to see how people will react to it. I guess you could say that we are the experiment here. It may be crucial in our near future to learn to accept these things because they will be everywhere around us in every aspect of life. Imagine waiting at a bus stop or a taxi stand and you're in a long line because there's 10 robots ahead of you. We've seen many movies how this could play out. Now we get a chance to watch how this will play out. What do you see in the future? Do you see robots replacing humans?
We have always been the experiment. iRobot is real, bro. And the fact that there's people just running up recording this shit shows, it tells everything, bro. This shit gonna be a norm soon. What's y'all thoughts? Damn, I don't agree with it.
This is probably the scariest thing I ever seen.
And people just walking.
A whistleblower leaked this footage of the interior of a UFO. Now y'all look at this. Now allegedly this UFO was hidden inside Area 51 for over 40 years. And if you look at the interior of this UFO, this looks like something we cannot understand. And once you go inside, I heard it could be as big as a football stadium.
I told y'all, if one come down, I'm trying to go with him. Show me what y'all hood like.
Born in battle, no blade has ever found his throat. They call him death, others call him ghost. But one thing is certain, he is not human.
Man, how? Somebody explain that.
Children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is. Children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is. Children is not what great nations do. We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is.
Whales have hidden hands. Beneath their skin lie 5 fingers, a wrist, and a forearm. Very similar to ours. I think what's me up with them having a hand and can slap the out your ass and can do like this, and can do like this, and do like this. It make me think, what did they look like pre-flood? And if we see dinosaur bones and then guess what they outside look like, I would have never guessed this what this nigga looked like. When I first saw this, I thought this shit was fake. So I started digging and boom, that's what a whale hand look like, bro. Whales be like, what up? I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. Me up. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I was an archaeologist and I found that shit, I would have said, bet, giants was real. They was here. Let's say, everybody, let's wrap this up, go on. Now this make you think about God, man. How he made everything connected in some way. We all are alike. From the trees to the grass to every damn thing. Our fingerprints looking like tree trunks. Y'all think I'm playing too. Y'all think I'm playing? I looked that shit up. What does the skeleton of a whale's fin look like? I know this how he sounded. You know how chat be. Well, Gemini. A skeleton of a whale's fin is remarkably similar to the bone structure of a human arm and hand, reflecting their evolutionary history as land-dwelling mammals. Whales used to be on land, being whales. What was they eating when they was on land? Was the shrimp and krill also on land? What was land and what was water? They be putting so much truth in movies. Remember Black Panther was the underwater people? Hey Jesus, it's me again this morning, but I'm twisted and turned this time, cause you never said whales had thumbs and stuff and fingers, and I don't know what to believe no more. Sorry, I gotta go. I don't know what to believe no more. Just come and get us. All of us, we ready. Everybody watching, all of us.
This video is going absolutely viral right now. It was taken in China, and as you can see, it's depicting this massive white dragon. Now, what's interesting to me is videos like this, videos of dragons, videos of griffins, videos of Bigfoot have been surfacing a lot lately, and I'm wondering if this is being done on purpose, because with the rise of AI, people will start questioning the validity of these videos, of course. But when it comes to dragons, let's actually use common sense. Why would all of our ancestors depict dragons in all of their art? Why would a dragon be a part of the Chinese zodiac with all real animals and one mystical creature? It literally doesn't make any sense. I believe 100% that dragons are real, and this video is very interesting. It does not look like AI to me. I could be wrong. Of course, I would love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. But like I said, I 100% believe that dragons did exist. There is a plethora of, evidence for this, guys. Especially with all the petrified dragons that we've seen turn up all over the world. Just like this. And like this, and we literally see how they cover up this stuff. This is during a renovation of an old cathedral in Naples, and you can see the dragon here behind this painting that they just put on top of it. We have 100% been lied to about the real origins of our humanity, our true history, dragons, griffins, all these mystical creatures. They've hid everything. They don't want us to know where we came from, how powerful we are, what we have access to, and our true history. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
I was looking to see if it was AI. I don't see no signs of AI. I even looked at how the tail's moving. I even looked at how it's crawling. What's y'all thoughts? And sometimes I've noticed some people use it's AI because they can't handle the damn truth. I've seen so many videos on Instagram like that, and I check the comments just to see what people will say on Instagram, and they'll all say, that's AI, that's AI, that's AI. And I'll be like, are they truly believing that that's AI, or are they just saying that because they don't want no shit like this to be real? And I'm just asking, because they could truly believe it's AI also. I'm curious, but I also think AI is put there sometimes just to throw us off. So when we see some crazy shit, remember, we was shifting from 4D to 5D. If we took that shift and the earth was shifting, that means the veil was lifted. So the people who yelling at the veil, they want it lifted. What if it's lifted and now some of those same people is like, oh, I wish they could cover it back up. But you can't do that once you see the real shit. It's hard to tolerate the fake shit. And now what if this is the veil being lifted? What if it was? I'm just asking. If you a non-believer, let me know y'all thoughts. Let me know y'all opinions respectfully. Let's respect everybody's opinion in the comment section, please.
What if these two weren't who you thought they were? And what if they have been here a lot longer than any of you realize? Now, I've done a video on how Taylor Swift shares a striking resemblance to Church of Satan advocate Zena LaVey, but that's not what this video is about. No, I wanted to prove that she had been here even longer. And you know who else Taylor has a striking resemblance to? 50s movie star Elizabeth Taylor. And hey, Elizabeth Taylor? Taylor Swift? And Taylor just happens to have a song about Elizabeth Taylor. And she compares herself to Elizabeth Taylor. And Elizabeth Taylor's son shares why Taylor Swift and his mom are kindred spirits. But that's all it is, right? They just have similar spirits. They're similar in nature. Well, what if we put their heads side by side? Do you think they'd line up pretty well? I mean, if you look, everything from the eyebrows to the eyes to the nostril even lines up in the exact anatomical position. What if I had actual evidence? Do you have an open enough mind to change what you currently believe about the world? What if I showed you that mole right there that seems to be in the exact same place as this hole right there? Do you see that? It almost looks like a mole was removed and left a little hole, and boy, those noses sure look exact, don't they? And well, I also couldn't help but notice these two very specific moles, one right in the corner of her eye, one right underneath it. And well, Taylor's got some makeup on, but right in the corner of the eye, see that right there? And right underneath the eye, right there, those two are those two. Exact same position. Oh, and you know how I always they tell us the truth in plain sight? Listen to Travis's favorite movie.
But there's so many good ones. Angels in the Outfield. Dude, I kind of feel like you guys are the angels in the outfield this year. We're the angels in the outfield? There's some unknowns. Here you go with this fake footage.
But I don't really think they're fallen angels. Just like I didn't make a 10-minute subscriber-only video going into further detail on this, and further detail into this guy, born in 1814. But you probably don't want to check that out. That would be a complete waste of your time. This has all been for entertainment purposes anyway. I'm a satire account. I don't care about fallen angels and exposing them. Entertainment only, people.
No one can buy a house anymore. So now we're forced to rent. But then the rent got expensive. So now we have to buy an RV. But now it's illegal to live in the RV. So we try to live in our car. It's illegal to live in the car too! So we become homeless? We can still live on the street. But you know that's illegal.
It's all part of their plan, bro.
We have some pretty major news right now that everyone needs to know about. ICE has purchased a surveillance tool that can monitor phones in entire neighborhoods, citizens and non-citizens alike, and you need to know about it. And they could track all of this data and all of your information without a warrant. 404 Media is reporting that ICE has recently purchased two types of technology, Tangles and WebLock. One of those technologies, WebLock, can literally track people without a warrant and follow their owners home or to their place of employment. And here's what the technology does. It's designed to monitor entire city neighborhoods or city blocks, but specifically through their mobile phones. So it can track those devices over time. It could track their owners over time, follow the owners of the phone from their places of work, from where they live. And it comes as ICE is rapidly expanding its surveillance state, targeting citizens and non-citizens alike. So when you're going out and demonstrating, just be mindful that this technology is likely in use. Spread the word, follow along for all the news you need to know about.
Why do they need to mess with citizens, though?
Hawkins Lab. Yeah. That's a real place. Yes. Project Montauk. Yes. It's in New York. I think it was a girl, right? Died there recently.
Police say the victim was with friends when she fell from the 5-story building. The property is known for its use as a filming location for the Netflix series Stranger Things.
There was people like us that just go and explore stuff. It's abandoned, but people can still go there just to explore, right? I think it was a girl.
Definitely there was concerns about Hawkins Lab. Like if you went down to the basements, there was definitely rumors of being haunted, and the vibes were just
so bad. No, you know when you're in a building where something bad happened, and you know this was an old mental institution when
they would take people in these tunnels.
And apparently the reason they had the tunnels was so the neighbors couldn't hear people screaming, which is really dark.
Yeah.
So initially we were going to shoot down there, and Ross and I went down there. We're not
bad fun.
Bad mojo.
If it's not the friend that put her off, maybe it was a voice that got to her that's like, oh, you need to jump. Because how do you be at the top of the building and you fall? Yeah, why was she up there? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why you don't mess around in them places, bro.
No, man. Stop. No, that's not true. That is not true. Shh. Shut up. It's not a game. I don't think that's true. You see, it's shaped like that because the plate falls in place. And remember, the plate has to turn while the food is on it. Now, I don't know why it looks like that, but it's not that. Although it looks like that, it's not that. This is what people are saying, right? So please, don't come up on here saying things like that could possibly not be true. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for insane purpose only. I don't know where the hell that guy got that video from or put that together because he's just making things up. Shut up! I wouldn't know. Because I stopped using a microwave 10 years ago, plus, probably longer. I just use a toaster oven. Or I use a regular oven. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys. You know what time is it. Shut up! Now, whatever this sign means has nothing to do with a microwave. The microwave is used for you to heat your food up faster because you're in a rush. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game, guys. You know what time is it. Shut up! But I tell you one thing. If I ever go to somebody's house and they say you want to eat and my food comes out the microwave, okay.
So y'all know how we always say everybody gets sick based off all these different reasons, right? How many? Now I'm sure some watching don't have microwaves in their home, but a lot of us do. What if that's one of the main things that cause us to get that? I can't say too much, but what if that leads to a lot of the cases we have seen of people who getting weird shit out of nowhere from this radiation off the microwave, out of the microwave, I should say. What's y'all thoughts, man? I'm just asking because that's something a lot of people have. Cell phones and this. What if I'm just asking. For entertainment, what I said ain't true.
Damn, I almost walked past the back of this county courthouse and jail. Look at the size of that guy. And look at the size of those entrances. We're gonna get into it. The front, the back, I don't even know which side I'm looking at. But I know there's 2 huge fountains. There's a huge area here for, I don't know what they were landing. But during a depression for 150,000 people. What were the roads back then in 1937? Come on. What's up with all these animals? What do they represent? Lies and BS? Damn right. Let's get into it, Nashville. I don't know if you guys can see down there and how far it goes. Can you see how far that goes down below the ground? I know it's dark over here, but that seems like natural rock, and it goes really far down. Man, I don't know if you can see the magnitude of this building. Come on, man. Come on, Nashville. Shoot me straight. Griffins all over it, down into these pits over here. On both sides. What is it there, moat? Kings, King Tut. You have a lot of explaining to do, Nashville. Sound off. What is going on with this building? Let's get into it. Who are these people? Come on, man. Who are these people. What the? Oh, yeah, no. That's who represents, that was the first Nashville lawyer, right? Because they look like Nashvillians. That's even how you say it, Nashvillians. Shout out to the people in Nashville. So far, so good. But who are these people, man? Sound off. What's on that shield? What's on that sword? And who are these people? Come on, man. They invent the honky tonk? What's going on here? What's up with those moats? What's up with those fountains? What's up with this big area? What are you landing here, huh? On Nashville? Make it make sense.
I'm convinced that Egypt really was in Memphis. What's y'all thoughts on big ass gator, boy?
Before Ibrahim Traore, there was Gaddafi. A lot of people been on about my praise of Gaddafi. Oh, but he's a dictator. The audacity of America to claim moral superiority will never cease to amaze me. That's like Jeffrey Dahmer talking down on Mike Vick. Y'all was both violent, but it's levels to this shit. Let's talk about some of what Gaddafi did. Nationalized control of his oil, which is why I mentioned him in my conversation about Venezuela. Free healthcare, free education, housing subsidies. In the United States, you will die homeless for your inability to pay for healthcare, housing, and education. So please spare me the judgments of morality. So America came and brought freedom, and now Libya is an open-air slave market. That's why we say, watch out when they come to liberate you. Now, Gaddafi's greatest crime was his attempt to unite Africa under a single gold-backed currency and basically establish a United States of Africa. That's why NATO, Obama, and Hillary sent the mob to drag him through the street and him like a dog. Then Hillary got up on this video and laughed about it like a sicko.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died. Did it have anything to do?
He supported financially South Africa's fight against colonialism, Burkina Faso, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Somalia, Algeria. He was trying to get us free. Yo, Gaddafi tried to give $1 billion to black Americans through Minister Farrakhan, and the U.S. blocked that shit. On some, you will not be meddling with the niggers on my plantation. Yo, that was gonna be like reparations on the Chappelle show. I got enough cigarettes to last me and my family the rest of our lives. I'm rich, biatch. Now to Tron, the world's richest man. Hot hand in the dice game, baby. Who has ever pledged to come to the defense of black Americans internationally? Now look, was he repressive against his opponents? Hell yeah, he was in power for 40 years. No freedom of the press, none of that shit. That's not a durable system, and it wasn't a humanitarian system. It's not free from reproach. But if you ever wonder why Africans at large love Gaddafi, it's because he gave us hope. He was our last hope before Traore for an anti-colonial, unified, self-determined Africa. And it's irrational to ask the colonized to reject our heroes because of the colonizers' morality.
That's gonna ruffle some feathers.
So from the theory that there's so many clones coming into Europe, right? That would mean there's even potentially clones in this room right now. There must be so many.
80% of the Caucasian population.
80, okay, cool. 80% of the Caucasian population are clones. So, it's not about race. So also,
no, it's nothing to do with race.
Is there any science? Is there any science that you could have a clone in your life, that you're in love with a clone? Like, I know a lot of people say that they don't think, they don't have internal dialogue. Is there anything you've come across?
That's exactly what I was about to say. So Dolores Cannon did the work on this. So Benjamin Franklin also wrote about this, saying that there was a dire need to fill America with Caucasian people. So for whatever reason, they decided to do that. Yeah, they say that there is no inner dialogue, and they called it whitewashing. But Dolores Cannon believed that 80% of the population that look like me can't trace their family tree back past really the 1800s with any accuracy, and we refer to them today as NPCs.
Wow.
She said they were soulless. I don't think anything living is soulless. I think we all have a connection. But it was called whitewashing, for want of a better expression. And it was to make out, and they did this at the World's Fairs and expositions, they would have on display people from indigenous tribes, and they would bring children from Africa, put them on display, and they were labelled as primitive and savage.
Wow.
And this was specifically to dumb down and remove history. And this is connected to the Moors from Africa, who built some of the most beautiful architecture in the world. They wanted everyone to consider them as primitive. And Tartaria was removed for a similar reason, so we would consider Moscow, Russia, to be behind, a little bit backward, and that was another part of it. So, that's what happened. And what I'd suggest people do is watch the second film that Alice Guy produced, which is on YouTube. It's called Midwife to the Upper Classes, and you'll see an example there of where the middle class couple come to buy a baby.
Wait a minute. Forget all the clone talk. He said Tartaria was removed. Did y'all hear him? So does that... Man, I got so many questions.
5 Mandela effects that I refuse to believe. Number 5, Super Mario Kart, Nintendo 64, Rainbow Road. Apparently there have been guardrails on Rainbow Road. No matter what difficulty you put it on, they've always been there. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I fell off the road so many times, I refuse to get off this hill. I am staying on the hill. There were no guardrails in Rainbow Road. Number 4, the movie Birds by Alfred Hitchcock. It was in black and white. I don't care what you say. I know it's never been made in black and white, but I saw this movie in black and white. I'm telling you, there was no color version available. I don't care what TV it was made on. I don't care what movie theater it was all in. It came out in black and white, and I'm staying on that hill. 3, the North Pole had land. I know the North Pole technically does not have land. It is just ice and slush, but I'm telling you, in my timeline, there was land there. I know that there was land there. There was a land mass on the North Pole, and it wasn't just because I was taught that. It was there. I know it was there. I am staying on this hill. The North Pole had land. Number 2, objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. May be closer than they appear. Know that doesn't exist. That was never said. It was never on that mirror, but yes, it was. In my timeline, it was there, and I'm staying on that hill, and I'm never getting off that hill. Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. Number 1, horses had round eyes in my timeline. Oh, I'm not crazy. Horses had round eyes. I know in this timeline they're rectangular, whatever you want to call it, but I'm staying on that hill. Horses had round eyes in my timeline. Not these horizontal shits. They had round eyes. I know now that they always had them and they've never changed, but in my timeline, I'm staying on that hill. They had round eyes. It's us.
Facts. They had round eyes, bro. Not rectangular.
I'm gonna get all of these trees back there moving, all of them. That's how much energy I'm gonna kick up.
Y'all know how I say a lot of creators get blocked from my channel. There's a couple that even I had to go back and follow again on TikTok. His content never comes up. Man, that shit's crazy. I be feeling like Instagram and TikTok be blocking me from certain creators. I swear they do. That shit don't make no sense either. Well, it makes sense.
The media has repeatedly denied that the temple on Epstein's Island holds any religious significance. But if you look at any of the major structural buildings of prayer and worship in any of the Abrahamic faiths, they all have a golden dome. Synagogues, mosques, churches. So that's just not adding up for me. But this is my driver, and I don't know if it's just a quick little stop for repentance on your island. I don't know, but to deny it is weird.
Did you know that if you cut off the oxygen supply to a fire, then the fire will go out? You know, this is something that we all have learned at a very young age. A fire needs oxygen in order to continue to combust, okay? So with all of this being said, we can see rockets going towards space, but then they start curving. And then have you noticed when the rocket is actually in space, it's all CGI. Every single video and picture of a rocket in outer space is CGI. Why is it that they can easily record the rocket taking off and going way up into the atmosphere, but then when it gets to outer space, it's an animation? Well, I'll tell you why. That's because a fire, combustion, is impossible in a vacuum. This is gunpowder being hit with a high-powered laser. It's not combusting because it's in a vacuum. Oh yeah, and this is rocket fuel in a vacuum. It's not combusting. It's impossible to combust anything in a vacuum. He even added a little bit of air back. Still no combustion. That's rocket fuel, guys. So, you know how the rockets follow an arched trajectory? Probably because they're avoiding the firmament. Well, what if in all of the movies that we've seen in our childhood, there was a hint? You know, kind of like a little symbolic thing letting us know that the rockets are avoiding the dome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, folks, they tell us the truth right in our faces. And guess what? Nature has an amazing way of showing us that we live under the firmament as well. Because a rainbow always takes the shape of what it's reflecting off of, the firmament. But of course, this video was for entertainment purposes only. Rockets are real and the Earth is a globe.
Alright, since we on the topic of this for entertainment purposes, what I'm saying is not true. But I had a friend, right? Have a friend. I can't say exactly I can't say his name, but he told me I could say this when the time was right. He said that his pops worked for a space agency. And the reason why they can't break the firmament is because them and who they work for are the fallen angels. And he said the reason why extraterrestrials can get up there and they don't try to break the firmament, they're already past it, is because they're not the fallen. And only the fallen is really trapped and can't go. Don't shoot the messenger. He said, say it when the time was right. And I figured I'd say it now. I've seen so many comments of people saying that extraterrestrials were fallen angels, but he did also say they did create the Greys. But I also have a friend who says something different, who says and goes a little bit further about the Greys. But this friend of mine also says that they did make the Greys and they are some of the reptilians, but they are separate from the Anunnaki. And then I asked if they going to war and all types of shit. Now that party kind of lost me. He started going on some other things. So he said when the time is right, and I feel like the time is right to say it right now. But what's y'all thoughts? What's y'all opinions? That's why when I see comments of people saying how do extraterrestrials get up there and they're the fallen, and it's like, well, I've had a friend who's real close to some other extra shit. So from when he's telling me, he's like, I don't agree with what my family is doing or what they ride with or what they worked for, but I just want to tell you. But just don't drop my name. Cool. I got you, bro.
Have you ever wondered what causes the intense sound of thunder after a powerful lightning strike? So when the lightning strikes, all of the heat and energy coming from the lightning sends a shock wave out, creating the sound of thunder. But do you see that? You see how he popped the balloon and it's literally making a thunder sound? What is he in? He's in a dome. The Romans created the Colosseum, and they had many amphitheaters everywhere to where the person or the people in the middle talking, everything would be amplified because it would echo through the dome-like structure and cause everyone to hear it. All stadiums are built like this. They have a dome-like structure because it causes the sound to vibrate through and travel to people easier. It amplifies the sound. This theater also looks like an eye, which is a little bit fishy, but do you guys see what I'm trying to say here? Look, I'm not saying that the lightning is literally just shaking the firmament, and that's what the thunder sound is. It's the particles vibrating in the atmosphere violently. But the thing is, in order to have an atmosphere, you need to have a closed system. Like every single terrarium builder knows this. I haven't had much sleep, so I don't know if this video makes any sense, but this was for entertainment purposes only.
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Somebody gonna say the ozone layer.
Elephants have these. Did we jump timelines? Did elephants jump timelines? When did this happen? Not out the Troublemaker Travels for saying this, because I had no idea. Am I in an alternate universe? When did elephants have breasts? I've never seen this before. It never dawned to me that they would look like this. I mean, it's okay, but I've never seen this in no Discovery Channel, in no animal book, in no internet search. I have never, and I mean never, seen this before in my life. When did this happen? Why is it like this? Apparently, female elephants, this is how they feed their young. And this is what it looks like. Does that look weird to you? Did you know that? Have you ever seen this? Obviously, it's not weird for elephants. Is it weird for me? Is it weird for you? Is this strange? I don't know. Am I tripping right now? Because I have never seen these on an elephant. I mean, never. I've seen elephants all my life. I've looked up elephants. We learned about elephants. They are mystical creatures, but I did not know they had those. What are those? When did this happen? Am I the only one? Let me know on this one. I know it wasn't 5, but let me know on this one.
I ain't never know they had breasts.
Nah, son. Who is this? Huh? Who is this guy right here? Because people are saying this is Fetty Wap. I don't know, guys. By the look of this, it doesn't look like Fetty Wap. And why is he walking like that? He's walking like he's a universal soldier or something, like he just came out of war. Shh! Shut up! He's only been locked up for 3 years, guys. What is going on with him? Are we really sure that this is Fetty Wap, guys? Shh! Shut up! Because the way he was moving, I don't think that was him. People are saying that he was moving like a universal soldier, like he just came out the army or something. Mind you, guys, he was only locked up for 3 years. Like, there's no way that's possible. People also thought that was the Jennifer Hudson show, because they do the same thing in that show. What is going on here, guys, with Fetty Wap? I have no idea, guys. But I'm not the only one that doesn't think that's him. Well, maybe it is him, but I don't know, guys. He was moving wild, suspicious. Can't forget the club that he's in. We can't forget, guys. You see, if he starts acting different, featuring with artists he never featured with, being pushed everywhere, shh, shut up! Because remember, he was gone for a minute before he got caught up. Like he wasn't mainstream like that. Like he wasn't, you know what I mean? But now he's walking around, guys, like he's an army lieutenant or something. We're not trying to hear none of that. But of course, guys, entertainment purposes only. That's Fetty Wap. Welcome home, my brother. I don't know, guys. You let me know what you think about this. I'm out.
He was like, bro, I'm about to give you this figure.
What's up, everyone? I need everyone to watch this video, especially if you have a mom, if you have a daughter, an aunt, a sister, a cousin, anyone who is a female in your life that you love and care about. Hell, even if you don't know them and you follow them, share this with them. This happened in Bryan, Texas. And thankfully, this woman was aware of her surroundings. She went to a local gas station and she saw this.
This is the employees. This is women's, men's exit, okay? Whatever this is, private, okay?
Now, you guys saw all the doors. You saw the women's bathroom, you saw the men's bathroom, you saw the exit door, and you saw the private. Now, of all those doors, which one do you think that locking mechanism should be on? The private one, right?
Notice how all these doors are empty except for the women's? What is this? And why can it be unlocked and locked? Is someone in there? I don't know, because I've knocked. And I don't know. Doo-doo-doo-doo, it just beeped. What does that mean? Why is it only on the women's restroom?
So what reason would you have a remote control locking mechanism that's only accessible from the outside, only on the women's bathroom door?
Men's, nah. Exit, nah. Private, nah. Employee only, nah. But for women's, we have this lock that looks like can be remote controlled. Make it make sense.
Now, thankfully, this woman was aware of her surroundings and immediately called the police. And this is what they told him.
But I can call boss, sir, or you can, but you can call them after you remove it.
Shout out the Bryan Police Department and Bryan Fire Department for coming to remove that lock, because they wouldn't even remove it. The Bryan Fire Department had to come remove it with the police standing there watching. Now, I love my state of Texas. Anyone knows me knows I'm a Texan through and through, but we have a traffic problem here. This is giving off very big time women's. What I think was going to happen here, and probably honestly has happened, is they're going to wait till a woman goes in that bathroom that meets the criteria of the. They would then lock her in there, and then they would somehow get her out the back exit door. So ladies, please be aware of your surroundings. If you see something like this, you report it immediately, and whatever you do, don't go into this bathroom. Please share this video with anyone and everyone that you know, and let's help protect each other. Love you guys.
It's crazy that we at times like this where we even gotta.
Like, bro, the one day Larry Silverstein misses work at the Twin Towers happens to be on 9/11. Like, really, bro? And then kids like that, dude, getting child all over the place. Satanic. Yo, are you recording me?
Might be onto something for sure.
A group of scientists figured out what crows have been talking about. They've been talking about us. They talk about us. They also assign names to people that they see frequently, so they'll have different caws depending on who they're seeing. They also warn each other about us. Yeah. They'll communicate, and they can communicate this for miles. If somebody's approaching with a stick, it looks like they're like, watch out, watch out, watch out. They got a pew pew. They got a pew pew. Watch out. Or if they recognize you for being really nice and giving them food, they'll be like, the fluffy haired one brings us food. We love her.
Okay, tell me this. Why do crows always show up when something goes down like a disaster? And don't tell me they're just birds, because if you have a problem with one, the whole neighborhood will be side-eyeing you. That's probably what we're seeing in this video here. And if you didn't know, crows give their own funerals. Some say these aren't funerals, they're actually meetings. Seeing a bunch of crows together is known for being bad luck or an omen. I've also heard they're very occultish because they're known to be very ceremonial and they communicate through vocalization. So next time you see a group staring at you, don't wave, just leave and mind your business. Unanswered Universe.
I ain't gonna lie, I would not have wanted to get in my car. I ain't know none of that.
Right here. This, whatever this is, this right here. We think it's air. But I realized that if I stop, close my nose and mouth for 4 minutes, if I'm separated from this substance for 4 minutes, my heart don't stop. My brain don't even stop. My body functions don't stop. The first thing I lose is consciousness. I pass out. I can no longer stay aware. So I started to say, well, wait a minute. I'm not just breathing in air. I'm breathing in consciousness. I'm inhaling and exhaling God itself. And this air is conscious.
He ain't get silenced, but that's facts.
This is
not what I would expect to see first thing in the morning in January. But looks like, oh yeah, and it's a double, it's a triple rainbow in January. Yeah, somebody's getting a wet butt today. And I've got a feeling it may just be me.
We seeing some strange shit in the skies.
To the Star of David. But this is when, instead of on the board, it's in 3 dimensions. To bring it off of the board, we add 2 dimensions, right? We add 2 dimensions. Y'all get it? Y'all get it? So it looks like the Star of David, usually, but if we bring it off the page, it looks like this. Why is this important? Because instead of having 6 in 2 dimensions, we now have 8. And if we have 8, it brings us back into the powers of right. So can you create this shape using the logic of the powers of 2? I can. I don't know if you can, but I can. And that's interesting because then, like I said, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until you read Drunvalo for real and pull up. Do your homework and see who he's married to. Follow the lineage. And you're like, wait, you heal people with images? The Blue School in New York? The School of Remembering? And you use imagery and mental processes and people say it works? There's a whole rabbit hole for you to go into. Dr. not Jeffrey Epstein like Epstein's List, but Dr. Jerry Epstein and his school of imagery and his methodology of using words, images, and transitions to heal the human body instead of using a chemical way of doing it. It's the old Egyptian Merkaba system. Because in the same way that you have 8 trigrams, you have 8 nodes of perception. You train with them at 6. But when you're ready to live life, you add the life dimension, apply what you know and your principles to real life. And then that energy is what you can use to steer the whole thing. I don't know if you get it. You have 6 perceptions in your mind on 2D when it's flat, and you have to live it between quote unquote good and quote unquote bad in order for you to gather the energy, and then you can spin it in different directions. Now, to keep it simple, they show you your biofield. The Egyptians, the Kemetic people, taught, in their mystical system that you have a Merkaba. It was in this shape. Binary code, DNA. Maybe it doesn't just exist on the inside of our cell. Maybe we're one whole cell that operates in the Come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up.
Oh, what? I'm new to all that.
I feel great, bro. I just gotta keep going, bro.
And that should be all the proof that you need to see that this league is scripted and rigged, because how would Sam Darnold know that he would be seeing Brock Purdy in a couple weeks? Because from that game in a couple weeks, it would be, in the playoffs that they would see one another. So can anyone explain that? It's almost like Sam Darnold knew, because these players do know, because these games are all scripted and rigged. And this game was no different. All of these leagues, NFL, NBA, MLB, it doesn't matter what league it is. All of these leagues are scripted and rigged. People need to wake up.
I know my Niner fans is gonna be mad about this, bro. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. Brock Purdy is ass, bro. He trash. Like, Cam Newton said the best. He a game manager, and he one of the weakest ones that's out there. I hate to say it. I know Niner fans get mad about that, but he ass, bro. He ass.
Why in the I just see a CGI Demogorgon come out of the sky. Apparently this was to promote Stranger Things, the new season that came out. And I find this very strange. And all this is doing is showing that they have the technology. Now all these weird ass phenomena that we see in the sky, we can't even tell that it's real. They just make you think about Project Bluebeam. Hypothetically speaking now, if this was an actual...
Hold your horses, let me stop you right there, bro. See, I live in the country, bro, and I done seen some shit. I done got some shit on record, and I done seen some shit. You understand what I'm saying, bro? I done seen some shit. I done seen some shit you can't explain in them sky, boy, and I done got some of this shit on record. I done posted this shit. Half of y'all niggas think everything is AI, so y'all don't believe shit. But, yeah, I done got some shit on record, boy. Some undeniable shit.
I didn't hear him growl. I didn't hear him roar. I didn't hear him step on branches and break them. I just saw him coming at me. I lifted my gun up because I already had it in my hand. I fired it and it misfired. I spun it right back to that dead shell.
Oh, my gosh.
But the next thing I knew, it misfired, and I probably said a few choice words and rolled my eyes. I don't know, but the next thing I remember is his nose was about the same size as my fist. And that's one of my better strategies, is to punch him in the nose if I had to, if it got to that. So that's always been my strategy. And I got a hole here and a hole there. And I'm assuming he got me when I tried to punch him. But the next thing I remember after the click and the is he had me by the jaw. And he picked me up by my jaw off the ground. And I could see the father running towards me. And in my first edition there, it says, I yelled, "Help me." But the more I think about it, so I don't think I could have said anything with him having a hold of my jaw. But I know I thought "help me" in my mind. To me, I said "help me." And at that point, the bear bit down, and I could just hear and feel it breaking my jawbone.
Oh, my gosh.
And at that moment, I'm assuming, I don't remember the rest of the attack. The next thing I remember is he was running away. I could just see his butt running away from me.
Wow.
And, but he actually clawed my chest, collapsed my lung.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he bit my leg, and you can tell he bunched up my muscle right there when he bit. And that's the hole that was bleeding the worst. I knew I was bleeding more out of that puncture in my leg than I was out of my jaw.
All right, so I'm pretty sure that the world is ending soon. I think there's a lot of people who feel this way, but I have a pretty good reason now. Wow, there's so many fish in this hole. Holy crap. All right, lock in. So I was so sick the past couple of days. And to pass the time, I had an AI program do research on all the major world religions, specifically look at textual or scriptural references to the end of the world or the apocalypse. I had it pay special attention to predictions or prophecies about what would happen just prior to the apocalypse. And then for all those, examine the news and determine which of them have happened recently. There was a lot, so I had it then just throw out a prediction for the actual date. And wow. I'm not going to say exactly the date that it predicted because I'm not giving up my competitive advantage, but it's coming. Also, a lot of the religions speak of a satanic or antichrist type figure appearing in the final days. And without me prompting it, the AI identified itself as that figure. So, good night.
If you don't believe in aliens, I'm going to change your mind. Okay, I have some new information about the Varginha incident, okay? If you haven't seen my other video about the Varginha incident, go watch that to understand what I'm talking about. This shit's crazy. I have some crazy shit in here. All right, so let's get started. The Varginha incident occurred in Varginha, Brazil in 1996, and there was a soldier named Marco Cherezi who restrained a being that ran in front of the vehicle that Eric Lopes was driving, and he ended up developing an infection and died within a couple weeks. So there were two men that conducted the autopsy on Marco named Dr. João Giannini and Dr. Armando. So Dr. Giannini was the founder of IPD Labs, and for the first time, he agreed to go on camera 6 months ago. Now, he says he has done over 50,000 autopsies in his lifetime and over 1 million microscopic studies, that's a lot. And he says that he has never seen a case like this. From all the information that he gathered from Shrezi's case, he got a scratch from the ET, which I actually was aware of the first time. I thought it was just from the contact, but I guess he got a scratch on his arm, which became infected and developed into an abscess. He performed tissue samples and said that he had never seen bacteria behave that way, never before and never after this case. He said this was the most resilient bacteria ever seen, ever, and it didn't react to any treatments. And he said it was resistant due to a biochemical advantage that resists antibiotics. Nothing could phase it, and it destroyed everything in the span of a week. So Dr. Armando, who also did the autopsy, like I said, he was the former municipal health secretary and the current forensic pathologist. He performed the microscopic autopsy on Marco Shirezi, and he said the bacteria found is a trace of the alien left behind, and that there is life of biomolecular evolution, which is the study of how DNA, RNA, and proteins change over evolutionary time, driven by mutation, selection, and drift, leading to new functions, gene origins, and the diversifications of life at the molecular level. It explains the origins of genes, adaptation, speciation, and the development of complex traits using molecular data like DNA sequences to reconstruct evolutionary histories and understand fundamental biological processes. Now we get into Dr. Italo Venturelli. He claims to have touched and telepathically communicated with a live alien being that was held in captivity by Brazilians that was later handed over to the US military. And this would be one of the beings that was captured during the Varginha incident. He is still the lead neurosurgeon at this hospital and the head surgeon that runs the entire department at the regional hospital. And he also says that he's willing to publicly testify and do a lie detector test. He had another neurosurgeon that he was teaching who did a small procedure on the creature since it was injured. He had a heart attack and died in 2018. Venturelli says that he has done more than 5,000 surgeries, and he also had a heart attack a few months ago, probably about 6 months ago at this point. He was in the ICU, and he thought he was dying, and he's thinking, why am I still taking this to the grave? Why am I still keeping this a secret? He says, if I survive this, I'm going public, and he's saying that everybody deserves to know what's going on. He said he didn't care what the consequences were, even though he said that he was threatened not to speak. He snuck James Fox and his crew into the exact ICU room where this alien was being kept. Now, the hospital staff caught what they were doing and kicked them out. Now, he still wanted to continue talking even after they were kicked out, and he knew he was potentially in trouble.
Ask him how it feels to be sharing this information after 29 years.
E como é que o senhor se sente de estar dividindo essa informação agora depois de... Feels like crying.
So his story was that he was told to go see a patient under the impression that it was a person, obviously, but it was not. He said that it was laying in the hospital bed, covered up. He said its head and eyes were both shaped like teardrops, and he said that it had white skin and red eyes. Now this is showing discrepancies in descriptions of this alien, but they were talking about it could potentially be based on its environment or based on the heat or something like that. I don't know. He said that this being was smaller than us with the body of a 7-year-old kid. He said that he was conscious and very calm and tranquil and almost like it understood what he was thinking. And he said that he experienced telepathic communication with this being. He said that when he looked it in the eyes, there was communication, and he quoted that it was speaking without speaking, saying again that it was calm and relaxed and communicating that it was okay and that it received care. He said that he was in the room for 4 minutes and he stepped out to do something, and the Brazilian military burst in the room, took the being, and threatened everyone with secrecy and just left. Now, he described this being as a higher level of intelligence. Even though it was in captivity and it needed those doctors' help, it still had control of the room. He said it was like an angel, like nothing on earth. And he said, we have so much to learn from the eyes of that being. He said that he saw the immensity of the universe, that there must be many other worlds, and that this being was proof of it.
É diferente do nosso. Não tem maldade. Não tem maldade nenhuma, né?
Now, the former chief of police named Pedro Luis Aguiar, they had been trying to interview him for years, and they finally got to interview him in this documentary. Now, in this situation, he said that he had never seen that much brass at once. And this is the former chief of police, who are very involved with high-ranking officials. Obviously, I mean, he's high-ranking in the police force. He's, going to be involved with high-ranking military officials as well. He said that it was a big oval space full of brass, and at the back of ESA, there were helicopters going in and out, and he said that the general said it was a matter of national security. Of course, this is what everybody's saying. And of course, the Brazilian government has persisted 30 years later. It is actually the 30-year anniversary of this incident this month. And they're still saying that the whole story is fiction. They've continued to dismiss claims and continued to classify events as routine exercises. They say the creature was likely a homeless man, and they say that military vehicles were for standard maintenance and not retrievals. If it was standard maintenance, they would not be shooing people away at gunpoint. And then they were saying that the hospital aliens was a dwarfed couple seeking medical care. Right. And they were saying there was no type of anomalous alien-related bacteria within Sherezi's bloodstream. Now, James Fox says that he is in the process of contacting the lead general, and he says that there is a great likelihood of the government coming forward and that there are senators reaching out for hearings in Brazil, and there are also efforts of meetings in the United States within the circle of doctors that were involved in this incident coming forward as well. And he says that there is a movement happening unlike anything that he has ever seen. And he has been a journalist around this topic for 30 years. And he also did not want to be associated with the Varginha case. He would go to Brazil and people would bring this case up and he'd be like, oh, not this shit again. And then he finally ended up getting into it, and he has continued going back and forth from Brazil ever since. He's been returning for 15 years. Of course, Congress still refuses to pass the Disclosure Act. And at this point, the president has the authority to pass this, and he will not do it. If there's nothing to hide, why are we not passing it? Why are we not letting these whistleblowers speak freely? And a lot of people also argue, you know, if these are whistleblowers and they're coming forward about all this, why are they always saying, oh, that's something I can't say, or it's something I can't disclose in a public setting? They have no choice. They have no choice. Until this Disclosure Act is passed, they have no choice. They can speak freely about this in a SCIF, which stands for Sensitive Compartmented Information Facility. It's a highly secure, accredited room or area where extremely classified national security information can be stored, discussed, and processed without risk of eavesdropping or interception, ensuring only cleared individuals can access this information. Now, these whistleblowers also are obviously testifying under oath, and they're at risk for a penalty of perjury, which is a penalty for lying under oath or in a signed declaration. It's a serious felony, typically involving imprisonment for up to 5 years federally, and sometimes similar sentences up to the state level, plus large fines. They're risking a lot by coming forward, so there's only so much they can legally disclose without putting their lives at risk, their families' lives at risk, their reputation. There's so much that they have at risk here, and it's not that they're not releasing this information, they're just only releasing it to the people who are authorized to hear it, which is stupid. But again, Trump is not signing this Disclosure Act, so there is nothing else that they can say in public view right now. So this is all the updates I have right now, but all of this new information is pretty crazy, and I have a lot of faith in James Fox when it comes to disclosure, and he's really trying hard to get this shit out to the public. So props to him. He's been doing this for a real long time, and shit, I would do literally anything to be in a room with James Fox for like an hour. I would do literally anything to talk to this man and just hear what he knows that he can't talk about in public. But as always, let me know what you guys think. This is just insane, like hearing all of this new information.
Have you guys ever heard of a place called Kosovo? Man, I've never heard of this place in my life. I had to do some research, but it's in between Albania. But just look at the amount of flooding. Look at this building, y'all. This thing is completely submerged in flood water. I'm talking about 3 to 4 feet of water in some places. And not only that, but they're also having a major fire out there as well too. One of their biggest manufacturer companies, the corporation, caught on fire. The building is completely scorched, y'all. This is crazy. So much is going on in this country all at once. Like, there's so much energy right now because we're literally in the time of air and fire, and the fire is starting off strong. But yeah, Kosovo over by Albania, it's flooding, and also one of their biggest companies is on fire. This whole building is coming down. It's completely scorched, and this is exactly how the new year has begun, y'all. But let me know what you guys think about this video. The shift is here. Y'all see it. Let's get
prayers. I don't know why I was sitting here waiting to see something else, and it said it on the screen.
Beautiful day in the Amazon. Oh my god.
I know that sound from a mile away. That means get out of the water. Meet the giant river otter. These bad boys are apex predators, and they're at the top of the food chain when it comes to the Amazon. But then again, it is the largest otter in the world, getting up to 6 feet long. And that's just one. They travel in groups of up to 20, which is how they've earned the nickname the river wolves. But what really makes them dangerous is the fact that they're extremely territorial and they won't back down from anything. They'll attack anacondas, black caiman, even jaguars. In fact, jaguars are known to avoid them. If jaguars are avoiding them, so am I. But it makes sense when you find out that they come stocked with razor-sharp claws and a bite force that's stronger than a lion's. No thank you. Moral of the story, Lexi here is a lot braver than me. I would have hit a 40-yard dash that would have broke records. And as always, follow for more facts.
This the city, bro. This what we do.
Our next girl gonna be a witch. Devin, why would you say that? You're going to hell. Devin, witches are demonic. Anybody who thinks that type of shit, out of here, cause your ass is on a low conscious. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey, look. I'm not scared of her, cause I know her power, nigga. I know, not only do I know her power, I'm a powerful too. So, me with a witch, that's a power couple, nigga. You know, I'm Lord Devin around this mother. Say, look, it's like this though, right? Beyonce, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it, gang. It's in God's plan, nigga, for everybody who don't resonate with what the I'm saying to get on. If you curious about what I'm saying, you wanna understand why I say this, then you gotta open up to yourself. Look within, nigga. Look within, cause that's where the answers are. So yeah, I want me a wish, nigga. My next girl gonna be a wish, nigga. She already a wish. Cause nigga, everything exists in the present moment. So I already got me a wish, nigga. And anybody that got something to say about my girl being a wish, go on the building and jump off that mother. It's the Lord.
Who with him, who against it?
Usually when the Simpsons make a prediction, that shit is right. There's a theory going around that NASA has been working on something secretly called Project Anchor since 2014. And this is one of those theories that once you hear it, you can't unhear it. So there's a belief that back in 2014, the government quietly greenlit something called Project Anchor after being warned about a very specific moment in time. 26 at 14:33 p.m. 7 seconds. That's 7 seconds where gravity just stops. The theory goes like this. It's not permanent. It's not an explosion. It's not the end of the planet. It's a temporary gravity collapse. Long enough to cause absolute chaos, but short enough that the planet survives. People say that's why it's being treated as a containment problem and not a public warning. According to the conspiracy, governments were told that even a few seconds without gravity could be catastrophic. Planes lose lift. Skyscrapers shift. People near ledges don't come back down the same way. Allegedly, and I do say allegedly, they are estimating tens of million deaths globally. Not from space, but from sudden vertical movement, impact, and infrastructure failure. And this is where Project Anchor supposedly comes in. The idea isn't save everyone. It's stabilize what matters. Military installations, data centers, government ingenuity sites, underground facilities, anchoring systems, counter mass experiments, emergency gravity dampening. And that's not for us. That's for them. Now, I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but just imagine some shit like that happens. Just imagine if you're outside and we lose gravity. Just imagine how that would look where we're at right now. 7 seconds could be a long time, and that's all it would take to change everything. Pay attention.
Oh, wait a sec. I don't believe in gravity, but how the hell can the underground be affected? Now that's the part I'm having a hard time understanding. But I don't believe in gravity because I think we're on like a hollow earth plane, flat plane, something along those lines. Ice wall around us. But if you think that gravity exists, and I respect it, trust me, I'm not at war with you. Different opinions don't mean we gotta go at each other. we could just respect our differences and move forward together as a team. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Said that the United States used a powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees during the capture of Nicolas Maduro. The witness described how the American forces wiped out hundreds of fighters without losing a single soldier, using technology unlike anything he's ever seen before. The witness, which was a guard, said, quote, "We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation." He added, quote, "Next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones, flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react." He then said a handful of helicopters appeared, saying, quote, "barely 8, deploying what he estimated were just 20 troops in the area." He said that those soldiers came with something more powerful than just guns. He said, quote, "They were technologically very advanced," adding, quote, "They didn't look like anything we fought against before." He then added, quote, "At one point they launched something, I don't know how to describe it," adding, quote, "It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly I felt like my head was exploding from the inside." He then added, quote, "We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground unable to move. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was."
Damn. I believe it.
We gotta be living in a simulation because this shit can't be real life. So in St. Louis, near O'Fallon Park, they're saying that multiple monkeys are on the loose. You heard what I just said? Multiple monkeys are on the loose. Not one, not a prank, not somebody's pet that slipped out the window. We're talking about multiple monkeys. Police were called, the Department of Health got involved, and officials are openly saying that they don't know where these monkeys came from. No zoo, no circus, no sanctuary, nobody reported any monkeys missing, but they are on the loose. And get this shit, they're just saying multiple. They don't know how many monkeys it actually is, where they're sleeping, what they're eating, how long they've been surviving. And that's crazy all in itself because monkeys just don't survive crazy winters by accident. Crazy shit is that the only reason that anybody knows about this is because of a random person. They saw the monkey running around, so they filmed it and then called the cops. There wasn't no alerts, no warning that these monkeys are missing, but it's a warning now. And what do people do? They get comfortable. You got somebody that's running around with the monkey in their car right now. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Y'all don't take nothing serious. Look at this shit.
Yo, why the lady just put up on me with
They got the monkey in the car.
It ain't stolen. It's
with the runaway monkey.
Nah. And he just chilling.
Runaway monkey right here, y'all. Is it a reward for this mom?
They don't know if these monkeys are sick. They don't know if these monkeys have diseases. Mind you, almost 2 months ago, some monkeys went missing. Some monkeys that had diseases went missing. I wouldn't trust these monkeys. But y'all play a lot. Y'all love to play. I'm out.
Ain't this like the third time monkeys done went missing around us? I think it's the third, right? Happened in 2023, 2025, now in 2026. Am I tripping? Let me know if that's a reach. If it wasn't 3, it was 2 for sure. And I asked, man, this shit don't make no sense, bro.
Claimed the fourth dimension and was never seen again.
He claimed he entered the fourth dimension. The next day, he was gone. In 2015, a teenager named Danny uploaded a video that most people ignored until he disappeared. His theory was simple on the surface. Humans live inside 3 dimensions: length, width, and height. Everything we see, touch, and understand operates inside this box. But Danny insisted the box wasn't sealed. According to him, the fourth dimension isn't time the way textbooks describe it. It's a higher layer of reality where time becomes a place, not a line. He said that inside the fourth dimension, past and future exist side by side. Movement is limited to forward motion. A person can step through moments the same way they walk across a room. He claimed he discovered how to break the barrier. The footage showed pages of his notes, diagrams, and a method he said allowed him to detach from 3D space. Most viewers didn't understand any of it. The math looked impossible. The concepts felt unstable. Hours after posting, Danny vanished. His channel went silent. His accounts went dark. In real life, he was gone. No records, no sightings, nothing. Some say the government removed him. Others believe he succeeded and left our dimension completely.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He succeeded.
Yep.
I'll leave that for myself. I hope nobody was stuck in them boats the whole time.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
Well, there are 18 critical infrastructures in the United States: food, water, transportation, communications, etc. All 17 of the others depend on electricity.
If our grid goes down, you can't cook, you're not going to heat anything, you can't run any of your medical supplies, you can't talk on your phone, you can't take money out of a bank, and we turn into total chaos.
If this happens, the system stops.
If a transformer is taken down, we have to order it from Germany or China. It's going to take a year.
The Congress and the CIA and the NSA, all of the areas that need to function at the government are protected. So why can't we be protected?
Around some of these facilities, you don't have much more than a chain link fence to keep people out. Now that seems absurd to me.
I think it is absurd when we now know that attack on as few as 9 grid substations could bring down all 3 major interconnections for the United States grid.
If the power goes out, you get the generator, and if that goes out, you get another one. There's never been a plan for what happens after that.
The director of the National Security Agency, Admiral Rogers, came out and said it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
If an EMP attack happened or a major solar storm, it would bankrupt the insurance companies. They have an economic incentive to see, because they'll go out of business permanently.
We're really being taken over by a corporate agenda rather than a public agenda.
And for all those politicians and people in Congress, senators, congressmen, they should be out if they're not supporting this, I think, the most important security issue in our nation today. The most important security issue in our nation today.
Black start is the hardest thing to do. It's trying to restart the grid after it's been knocked out, and so everything is in blackout. On a national scale, this has never been done before.
Guys, I messed up. This is the...
I told y'all I don't trust her ass, bro, and I took some heat for just saying that early on when the shit happened.
First time I've seen chemtrails in Mexico. I've been here for 2 weeks, and this is the first time that I've seen chemicals in the air. You can see these clouds right here, they are not natural. This is coming from chemicals from a plane which they disperse and block out the sun. And this is really strange because Mexico said that they did ban geoengineering, solar engineering, and all this stuff. But this is the first time that I've seen these chemtrails in the air while being in Mexico. I used to live here for 2 years too, and I would never see these in the sky. But the last video I made, there was a lot of people in the comment section saying, hey, I live in Mexico. These chemtrails happen very seldomly. It's not even close to as often as in Canada or the United States where they're spraying every single day and blocking out the sun. Very seldomly it happens, but I guess it does happen in Mexico. I like to admit my shortcomings and when I'm wrong. So this is proof right here. These are all chemtrails. This is not natural. And it just goes to show that nowhere is really safe. And there's obviously people that are above these government authorities that are doing these things, that are spraying these chemtrails, that are allowing this to happen. So like I said, guys, I like to admit my shortcomings, but let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
Canada, y'all chemtrail a lot?
Check it out, family. 2026 already starting off with a bang. And look, some shit straight out of Lord of the Rings. Pen. You know, a Sagittarius, half man, half beast, have been spotted, man. Y'all let me know if y'all think this shit cap or not. But on photo grade, shit is crazy, ain't it?
Where my AI folks at? What y'all think? I need to hear the comments.
What is going on in Birmingham? That is Birmingham, UK. During a weird snowstorm, their whole sky turned pink. Literally, over the whole town, it turned pink. And they have no idea what caused it and why. It is interesting to note that this is the heaviest snow they've had in a really long time. Who knows? Maybe this was a citywide UFO encounter. Take a look, comment below, tell me what you think. Oh, but wait, UK wasn't the only place impacted. The following video comes out of Oklahoma. A couple of weeks ago, before an onset of a couple of storms, witnesses said that their skies turned blood red, literally a red that they've never seen before, and they caught it on camera. So what's really going on? Take a look, be sure to comment, let me know what you think.
I've never seen it this red, not even during storms.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's getting louder.
We did some testing, and so yesterday I'm seeing these chemtrails, and today I'm in my sauna sweating, and I want to tell everyone why. The first test that we did, Pastor, was we went and we sweated, and I sweated for a bunch of days, but I sweated and collected the sweat samples and then an engineer and sent them off to the lab and said, what's coming out when there's no chemtrails? And what we found really corroborates Dane Wigington's great work at Geoengineering Watch and also Mike Adams, Health Ranger's great work on the sky fallout. We corroborated that what's coming out of us are aluminum, barium, and strontium. But this is where it gets really exciting. The aluminum is far and away the largest short-circuiting heavy metal that we are being exposed to in these chemtrails. So with no chemtrails, the amount that came out in my sweat, Pastor, was 281 nanograms per gram. Now that's more than triple any other metal coming out. So we know that where that's still coming in from. Every time there is a chemtrail, and maybe I didn't sweat before that, it showed up. And now check this number out. 281 is the number, 281. Now, the day after a chemtrail, same experiment, just same sample size, everything. We collected the sweat again, 2,958 nanograms per gram. We went from 281 to 2,958 nanograms overnight, just with chemtrail days. So the first message we have to get out to everyone who loves God, we have to get this out, is that when you see a chemtrail, it is your duty to sweat within 24 hours, to get that waste that you have just breathed in, you couldn't even see it, get it out of your body before it can embed in your cell structure and start disrupting the electricity that God designed your body to flow on. We did.
Damn, that's some good ass information.
So with the random uptick in Sasquatch sightings in California, we had this video right here. If you just missed it, he's about to pick up this tree. And so from the length he's at, these trees are like 20, 25 foot. And this thing is able to uproot the trees. And I got something crazy to show you in 1 minute. Here's their reaction. But what if I told you that Sasquatch imagery made it into a biblical vision? We'll get there. Now here's me screen recording it, going back and forth very slowly so you can clearly see this humanoid shaped object literally plucks up this tree, like a 20-foot tree maybe, because they're really far, and carries it over where he put the first tree, if you missed the first tree, right here. So this right here is an Orthodox monastery, and it's based off a vision of John. What is it? That looks like a Sasquatch, right? What's he doing here?
Canada. Scotland. How is the living out there? Spam it up. Let me know. I want to get a gauge on both areas. In Canada, do y'all see this often? This ain't the first time we seen a tree get lifted and we can't see what's lifting it, but the tree get pulled like a human pulled it or something. What's y'all thoughts on that? Was it Sasquatch or not? But Canada, Scotland, please let me know something. Please, how's the living out there? Spam it up, let me know.
I was just trying to trim some of the fat off my chicken.
What is that?
And I started realizing, don't this look like a human foot? Or am I tripping right now, bro?
No, that is not what you just said it was. Sometimes when you put the chicken in the package, you know how it squeezes up against the sides? So that's why it will come out like that. Or maybe you shaped it like that to do a video. Because let's just be honest, that's chicken. Stop playing with me, son. This video's for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that guy's talking about, but I don't believe it at all. Shh, shut up. This is how chicken breasts look. I buy it all the time. So you coming out of nowhere with those foot-shaped chicken breasts? It's not true, bro. And you can't be saying things like that. Because it's not true, and maybe you cut it like that, or it just came like that because it was squashed in the package. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game. I ain't got you. Know what time is it? Shut up. But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever go to somebody's house and I go in the kitchen to see them preparing the chicken, and I see the chicken looking like that, well, you got that from dogs.
I remember that clip. That shit do look like a foot.
Do you find it at all interesting that with all this talk of Greenland, which they're pretending some negotiations are working out and they're pretending that like Trump's acting out of place by trying to get Greenland, we have a movie called Greenland coming out called Migration, Greenland 2 with this guy. Now here's the crazy part. The headlines are going wild about why Trump wants Greenland, this US trade deal over Greenland and how America wants to take Greenland. Now, the cover story is that it's for safety and security coming across that ocean there with Russia and China over there. But if you've ever seen Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, when the evil empire successfully gets rid of all the Jedi, or most of them, and takes over the galaxy, his statement, Emperor Palpatine, who is the Dark Lord of the Sith, comes out and says, now the galaxy will be more safe and more secure than ever before. Something along those lines of safety and security. And what do they say? The welfare of the people has always been the alibi of tyrants. Now, I'm not saying Trump is a tyrant, although I know many people believe that. Also, many people believe he's acting in 100% the best interests of the American people. But I do find it interesting that many, many decades ago, the better half of a century, there has been a plan, prophesized, rumored, to make the North America, Central America, the top of South America and Greenland into one supranational mega state, like the European Union. And if you've ever read George Orwell's book, you know, in that book, fictional world, you are ruled by people you didn't get to vote for. Now, is that not what we have with the European Union? Like, people don't want to be a part of it. If you did a vote right now, most of the countries in the European Union would want out. It's a governing body, a bureaucracy that dictates what's going on into your daily lives. So we're seeing excuses for reasons why we have to go to Venezuela and Colombia, the cartels, Greenland for safety and security, the cartels, South America, safety and security, 51st state, Canada, 51st state. People are stoked, like they have psyoped people to believe this is an amazing thing. This is actually going to be really good. It's going to boost the economy. It's part of the plan. And do you know what the plan is on the other side of the world? Russia and China, the alliance over there, that would also become a super state. There would be 3 of them at least. And in other novels like Brave New World and Behold a Pale Horse, they're constantly at conflict with.
He was on point.
Yo, now you can see it! Ah! You can see it! I got it! I got it! Sorry, baby, I didn't get a screen. It's the sun right there, bitch. And a sun right here. The moon is on the other side. Or is that a planet? What the?
I remember when I took a picture early on in this, not even early on in this channel, I'd say it was 2024. I took a picture of just what it looked like with the two suns. And I remember I dealt with a comment saying that I took that shit from Google. Bro, you could have took the picture and added it to Google to see if there was an exact match somewhere, and I guarantee you there wasn't. Because if it would have been like that, why would I post it? And put myself in the middle of, I guess. What's y'all thoughts on the two suns? What's y'all thoughts on it being Planet Nibiru? What's y'all thoughts on it being something different that we may be missing? Let me know, man. I had to come through with a longer video. I hope y'all liked it. Let me know how today's rollout went. I hope everybody doing good. I seen y'all comments. Y'all asked me how I was doing. I'm good, bro. I can't complain. I'm happy. I'm aligned. But I appreciate you if you stuck all the way through. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you. If you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. I love y'all Collective. Till I see everybody in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm